as hell. Like we just fucking.
Yeah, just let it
Yeah.
go.
Nah, definitely. I mean, organic conversation is like you said, how you get all the viral clips. So
Yeah.
um,
For real.
we definitely have to do more pods like that. It's just I don't know. I'm a person that likes structure.
Well, nah, it ain't
You know
even
what I
that.
mean?
Just while we struck like that whole us trying to structure what was happening, you could have just been recording that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
could have just
Yeah,
been recording it, but
yeah.
listen, I mean, I hit record now, and we can
No,
record it
no,
now.
I'm just
We
saying
good.
like
We
that.
good.
It's
Yeah,
good that it came up because now from now on we know what's happening.
absolutely, absolutely. First of all, I want to say thank you to everyone who decided to watch our long form content on YouTube. This is the Ham and Turkey podcast, and again, just like a ham and turkey sandwich, we're going to talk about everything. As a ham and turkey
Absolutely.
sandwich has everything on it, right? So today, I have two people on here who are very knowledgeable in the fighting world. Now, I just recently, matter of fact, Ari, the only reason I got into watching fighting was because of you, Josh, and Nas. I would have never ever got into fighting or watching that if it wasn't for y'all. You know what I'm saying? You know how I used to talk about fighting like
Yeah.
and I used to be like, yo, what are y'all talking about, bro? And I remember I came over that one time and I was like, all right, and then I just skyrocketed from there, talking about fighting.
You got Izzy.
With
You
y'all,
got Conor McGregor. You got Nate Diaz. There's so many people now that's like took the sport to a whole nother level.
right? The sport is crazy. And speaking of taking it to a whole nother level, as we get into our conversation for UFC, what was it, 306? I believe it was, right? It was
Yep.
306,
Yeah,
Yep.
right?
Noche.
UFC 306. They had the entire event in the Sphere, which they paid $20 million for. This is the first time that they did this, and they did it to celebrate Noche's night, I believe. It was a
Yep. It
Hispanic.
was a Mexican
Uh,
Independence
yes.
night.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. So they
I
did
think
that. They
every
did it in. Go
think
ahead.
every
I'm sorry.
match
Go
I
ahead.
think every match had at least one Mexican fighter in
Yep.
it.
Yep. Nah, the rise of fighters just like from everywhere has just been crazy, man. And the popularity of the sport is just I feel like every year it's grown because it's getting people like me to watch the fight.
Yep.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like people who know nothing about it, but I enjoy it. I will literally sit and watch a early prelim, a prelim, and a
Facts.
main card. I will watch all of that. You know what I'm saying?
I be
They've
Hmm.
done
trying
a
to tell
great
people
job
them
of
early prelims and them prelims they be the
My
ones.
mom know who's Conor McGregor is. That's when you know. My mom don't watch no sports really. She watched the Bills. That's it.
The
Yep.
Bills.
right.
That's it. That's it.
So like getting back to the Spear, like well, how did y'all feel about the Spear? Like what they did with it, the whole presentation of the entire car, like how did y'all feel on it? Ari, you're the fighting expert out of all of us. Like so how you start with the first word, like how did you feel about the whole Sphere and what they did with
I take expert with a grain of salt, man. Grain of salt, man.
it?
I did. I feel like I have a little credibility because I actually boxed for 2 years. But other than that, I didn't go do no matches or nothing. I sparred and stuff. So I kind of have a little grasp of stand up and range and all that stuff. And it's not no picnic getting in the boxing ring. Even when you 17, 18, they putting you up against different people. You trying to test your skills and all that. But I do got a little credit. I do. But the sphere was honestly they put on a show, yo. Like I did not. Some people weren't happy with it, but personally, I liked what they did. Like they did a lot of visual effects. I feel like we got our money's worth, if you know what I mean. Like even the UFC, that 20 million was well paid for. I'm sure they sold out. I'm pretty sure it was a sold out gate. They broke a record as usual. I don't know if you want to try to pull that up, EJ, but they definitely broke a record with that gate because that was like the most anticipated day. And Las Vegas has a huge Mexican population.
Look at Irish J bringing the stats and the facts, boy. Woo! Like, Prime, what you feel about the?
I mean, I'll just
I
I
mean,
see you,
so
bro.
what I feel about that Sphere, that just looked crazy. Like I ain't gonna like when it first came on, like I almost didn't even know where the ring was. Like I didn't know where the octagon was because it was like dead center, but the effects
yo, I
in the
thought the
back,
same thing.
the effects in the effects in the back kind of like hit the ring and the octagon. I'm like, yo, like if was in there, I'd have been like, I got ADHD, bro. I'd have been out here looking at everything but down. Like, I was sitting there
Yeah,
like,
because
bro,
it did have a lot going on, like all these
it had a
panels.
lot
Did you see
going
the
on, bro.
scaffolding like built into everything?
And then they
They
was
made like
showing like highlights from different like. Nah, go ahead. Yeah, they was just showing like highlights from different fights and everything. Like that's on the visually. If any, I don't know who. Like I already said, people wasn't happy with it. I don't know what it wasn't happy about. That jump looked crazy. Like it was theatrical. Like it was supposed to be. It looked like that jump was set on like some Shakespeare stage type junk, and they were like. Even the seating, the way that the seating was, like, I don't think it was a bad seat in there.
nah, it really wasn't. You had like a whole aerial view. It looked like a coliseum, honestly. That's the
Yeah,
vibes it gave me. Not what the thing is too, why people say I always, so I know you shouldn't even do this because if you make content, probably the worst thing to do, but I go check the comments. I go check the comments and I go check Twitter. Bro, I be on lot like hit the latest link and I'd be like, yo, what are people saying about, the sphere? People was hating on it. Some people on Twitter was hating. I was like, bro, I didn't think it was gonna
bro.
get this much hate, but you always got that little minority of people, but I ain't
And
gonna
that's why
lie,
I
it
don't
was a
even
good
like.
amount for me to be like, well, damn, was it cheesy? Like
Nah.
but I didn't think so. Personally, I didn't think so. I'm not easily swayed, so I
That's why
thought
I
it
don't
was a
even
good
look at
show.
those comments like that for real. That's like somebody telling me a movie is bad. I gotta go see the movie myself. Y'all be tripping. That because this
Gotta go
movie's
see
like
it. Yeah.
Suicide Squad, not to branch off. They said that jump was trash, and I loved it. The first one with Will
The
Smith in
first
it.
one.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that movie was
Yeah,
great.
I've
yeah,
heard
it
people
was.
say that too.
But critics and all this other stuff was talking about, oh, it was trash. Like, man, I can't listen to y'all, bro.
Right, man. Don't ever,
And
don't
that
ever
goes
succumb.
into a lot of politics too.
Yeah. Nah, go ahead, Ari.
Look who the UFC supports. Let's be real. Look who the UFC supports and stuff. A lot of Dana's gonna get a lot of scrutiny no matter what he does at this point because of what is propped up by the UFC. We all know. I ain't gonna say the algorithm might be with on some janky junk with that, but we know. You don't gotta say it,
Well,
but
well,
he's been there a few times.
Rome posted our first podcast of
Damn,
me talking about the women, and apparently I'm a bad person, and my character got got put in question. So, go ahead, Ari, sound off on who the UFC props are.
well, yo, that's crazy.
Yeah,
He put them clips
I
out.
mean, we can't keep it real on the podcast. Yo, they support Trump, bro. Trump is not the if you want to be real, social justice warriors and stuff don't want Trump to be president, and the UFC is getting a lot of flack for it. They won't let you know that, but a lot of sponsors have been tugging Dana's ear, and he's keep telling them to fuck off, and the sponsors can't even pull out because the UFC makes so much fucking money.
It's nice
But
to be in a place where you can tell people that
facts.
F
yeah,
off, F off. You want to work with us? Fine. If you don't, I'm gonna get another sponsor. It's great. And I love Dana White. I ain't gonna lie. I love Dana White.
Yeah,
I love
Dana
the
White,
way
my
he
he's
carries
dog. I
himself.
listen. Yeah,
yep.
I love the way he carries himself. I
Dana
love the
can't do
way.
too much wrong in my eyes, for real. So
Nope.
Nah, honestly,
Uh,
honestly,
he he
even
he
like
stands
he
up.
handles
He
smacking his
stands up
wife,
for
even good.
yeah.
So
He
you handle
stands up
that
for
situation
guys
good.
like us. He's the man.
yeah, for sure. And I'm happy. I'm happy he taking them the meetings with those with the Turks and trying to do their little boxing league too. I see you, Dana. I
Hmm.
see you.
He's
Yeah.
playing check. He's playing
Yeah.
chess, not checkers.
Absolutely. He's very much a businessman. He's a guy, like I said, I look to for inspiration, man. So I love Dana White. Love what he did with the sphere and the whole presentation of it. So moving on to, some of the actual fights of that night. One of the fights that you guys wanted to talk about was Rojas. We'll start with this one. This is a special one they wanted to discuss. It's Rojas versus who is this? Ari Kaling. Is that how you say his name? How you
Yeah,
say his name, Ari?
yeah. Pulling Iori. That's how I've been saying it. I think
Okay.
I'm right. Honestly, like I said, MMA, bro.
Don't
Daniel
worry, the
Cormier,
comments are, the
all
comments
these
will correct you.
fighters. Yep, the comments will correct you, and like it's a foreign name. They can't expect us to know all these names and pronounce them right. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Joe
But
Rogan on.
Route. Yeah, right. Joe Rogan. No, we go look at Joe Rogan. Say it. Y'all figure it out.
Well,
Raul Rojas Jr.
what did y'all think about the
versus
fight?
It was honestly, this kid is an up and coming prospect. He's gonna be good in the UFC. He's already proven he's good. He's 10-1, lost a fight by a decision because he gassed out. He literally almost finished the dude. And we can go look back at that actually, see who you fought because I want to give that dude credit because he did fight a good fight. And give me 1 second. I'm gonna look back at this because it was 2023. He
I
lost
forgot dude's
a
name, but I watched that fight too.
Yep, he lost the decision to Christian Rodriguez, who's 11-2. Raul Rojas is 10-1 currently. So this is another really good bantamweight that we're probably gonna see him fight again because he's gonna want to get that one back, just like Sean O'Malley got back his Cheeto fight. Um, but yeah, he performed real well in this fight. He came back after getting a submission win on Ricky Tercios. That was at UFC. I want to say a fight night. Yep, the UFC fight night, Cannonier versus Imavov, when Cannonier was actually able to compete. Now he's kind of washed as he just lost that last match to the Brazilian fighter. But yeah, Raul Rojas, he's just one of the best fighters I've probably seen in a long time coming out of Brazil. That's that young. I mean, he's the only fighter. I'm pretty sure he's the youngest in the
Rosas Mexican.
UFC. Oh, excuse me, Mexican. I don't know why I said Brozil. I
Yeah.
always see the color of those
That color
flags.
flag,
Yeah.
yes,
Yep,
yes.
yep. I always do that.
Nah, but that just like what you said though, that decision that he got that last time, what made me really want to, I liked him back then, like because when they first showcased him or whatever, he was, I think his first fight he ended early. It was like a first or second round submission or knockout. I can't remember off the top of the head, but I think he came into that next fight with too much confidence, like in a sense. So like you said, he gassed out because he was going super hard. Like he was like he really wanted to end that fight. He wanted that stoppage, and you could see him pressing, and I think he even tried. I think he tried like I want to say I think it was three submissions in like one round, and it was
Yeah,
over.
yep. I
Yeah,
remember that. And bro was
and,
just gassed. He was
and he
like,
gassed,
he
and I was
didn't
like,
realize. He
and I
didn't
was
realize the gas tank you need.
yeah, for sure, and he wouldn't though because one, he young, and two, like all his other fights, he was getting them out of there. So like it was a learning
Mm-hmm.
experience. So what I wanted when I watched this one, what I really wanted to see was like how did he learn from it, like, and how would he come back? Like he still fought with the same energy, like he still was high paced, but he did it more smart. Like he was more smart with it, and once he gets you in that grappling and he get on your back or whatever, like bro, it's click because
Yep.
he be trying he's one of the fighters like me and Ari was talking about in the chat one time when we was talking about like the wrestlers and everything. Like he one of them fighters. He gonna try to put you in submission like every.
ASAP. Charles Oliveira style.
Yeah, he
He
like
gonna finish you.
if he try to put you in, if you got a guillotine and you get out of that, then you try to triangle, and then if you get out the triangle, every transition he trying to
Mm-hmm.
submit you, and it makes it exciting though. Like I don't mind him grappling because I know.
Yeah, bro. I was just saying that to some. I don't mind offensive grappling. It's that grappling that's just like trying to survive. Like, bro, that's
Yeah,
not fighting. That's
yeah,
not. That's not
yeah.
what the fans want to see. That's not. Deep in your heart, if you just holding
Right,
somebody down, you know you're not really beating them in that fight, man. Oh, I just took them down 6 times, but did no damage on the ground. The other
right.
person get up, look like they never even fought. Sometimes after certain wrestlers fight them. I
No,
mean,
that's a
look,
fact.
not for nothing. Marab did do damage to Sean O'Malley. That's how
Yeah, but
Sean
it was
looked after
like,
you fought
come
Marab.
on.
Yeah, bro. Trust me,
Yeah,
I'm on the side. I'm on the side of wrestlers. I'm just never gonna get jiggy with wrestlers as champions, bro. Unless you like really, really putting it on people.
yeah,
Like
like we
Rampage and them was putting it on people with wrestling. Power bomb niggas in the
right,
octagon, man.
right.
Like we not seeing none of that today. Like I don't know. I'm tired of it. Like
Yeah,
that's why
nah.
RSJ,
striking is king.
RSJ was about to go off on a rant, man. So, is there any more we have on Rojas versus
Nah, Rosas, that's all
Arkling?
I wanted to see because I feel like
Nah, that's
that's
it.
all I wanted to really say because I feel like
Oh,
he should get his props on that one.
Quick thing. Yo, Bro has cleft palate. What y'all want him to look like, bro?
Hey, yo,
What
you been
y'all want
waiting to
him?
talk to him
What y'all
about.
want him to look like, bro? Like he's a fighter. No fighter looks normal. Look at Justin Gaethje, bro. Look at their cauliflower ears. It's crazy. Like,
Yo, Ari's sticking up for my man.
yeah,
He
That's what I'm
waiting to
yeah.
talking
say
about,
something.
Ari.
It's
That's what I'm
crazy
talking
out
about,
here. It's
Ari.
crazy out here. The comments really, the trolls really be in the comments, bro.
See,
Now
For
I'm
that's
real,
talking,
another
for real.
reason why I'm watching.
but
I
see,
don't look
it
at the
be
comments
trolls, but the
because
comments be getting like 5K likes. That's not trolls, but that's a niggas is
that's
hating.
because 97% of them can't whoop him.
They can't, nope, nope.
Matter of fact, it might be 98.9.
Hmm.
Right. Way higher. Right. So moving on to the actual main card fights.
Yeah.
Yep.
We had the first fight of Ronaldo Rodriguez versus Odie Osborne. So Ari, give us a rundown of both fighters, number one, and then tell us like how you feel like the fight went.
Oh,
Uh,
damn.
this fight wasn't. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not really. I'm even me as a hardcore UFC fan. I'm not that familiar with these two guys. I'm more. If I will say I'm more familiar with Ronaldo Rodriguez, but this fight wasn't a good fight at all. Like
You
you,
know what? I did watch this fight. Yeah.
it was the one of the most snoozing fights of the night. Like to be perfectly honest, like they both struck like pretty much the same, and I feel like Odie Osborne got robbed. He only lost a fight in total strikes. He beat bro and everywhere else. They even both got one takedown, and Odie Osborne shot three, and the other dude shot two, but he missed three. So you know the percentages one is 33% versus 50%. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He basically kind of won the fight off of some bull, in my opinion. This was like the split of all split decisions. Like it was
Yeah.
not it was not that one-sided. And it was a boring fight. Wasn't good. Odie Osborne, he just they're both letting each other tag each other up. It was a weird fight, but it was still wasn't one of those fights that I would even comment on and say it was UFC fight of the night at all.
Okay. So, if it's a snoozer, we moving past it. Simple
Yeah,
as
these
that.
first two, I was too busy watching Danny Garcia get whooped.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I should have turned over. I should have turned over. I watched these bum
And watching
fights.
Roly doing his thing. I was watching. Listen, I had the setup of a century, boy. I was out there with the college football on TV and the two computers sitting there with the UFC and the boxing. I was
Split screen.
Yeah, man.
made
I
my
be
Yep.
own
having
split
the
screen.
triple screen on, man. You gotta have the triple screen. I was too enthralled
Got
with
to.
college football, man. Like I'm a college football nut now. Like I never
What
been this
game was
enthralled.
that? Who Kentucky was playing? Kentucky was playing
Bama,
Georgia. Bama.
Bama.
I was watching that one. That was what it was.
I
That was
seen
great. Kentucky always played them tough, though.
Yeah, that was
I
really
seen that
good.
I seen that Texas game a little bit, and I was like, ain't no. I was like, oh, they finally put Arch Man in there. Then I looked back, I turned back, I was like, oh, he done ran at 67 yards. This this man
Arch
that had a
snap, bro.
game after I turned it off.
Arch was like, yeah, I've been waiting.
Arch snap, bro.
Yo, I
See,
seen
that's
the
the
highlights.
thing,
I was
man.
like, that's
Like,
crazy.
dang, I know this a fight pile. Y'all gonna have me going off, but
Nah,
I just want to
you
say,
can though, Ernest. You
right.
can though.
I just want to say, like, see, that's the thing. Like, I know that NIL money is cool, right? But Quinn should have been tried to go to the league already, and he keeping
Hmm.
Yeah,
Arch down from like
yeah,
Arch being the guy at Texas. Like,
and
Arch is
he,
gonna be like the next Caleb Williams in terms of like stardom and
yeah,
popularity, not in terms
Yep.
of game. Like, Arch is gonna be a good quarterback, but he's not gonna be Caleb in terms of what he was as a college quarterback. But you know what I'm saying?
but
Quinn
you're
gotta
he
stop being
messed up now
selfish.
because
Yeah,
now Arch
right.
now Arch taking all this, man. Listen, your stock just went plummeted.
Yeah,
Hmm.
man. I mean, he's gonna get drafted, but
No,
like
for sure he's gonna get drafted. It's just not where, like you said, he should have came out last year.
it should have came out earlier and just let Arch take it over, man. Instead of Arch like looking to go to other places and stuff like that. I respect Arch for staying though, staying with Sark, and being loyal to him because he could have went to Ole Miss and still got
Yeah,
the same results in my opinion. But that is what it is. So, getting back to fighting though, getting back to
hey man,
fighting,
ham and turkey, man.
That's it with fire though.
right,
That's it. You getting
right.
everything. You getting a
That's
bit of
what you get at
everything.
ham and turkey.
Hmm.
So we're saying that Esteban Rabakovic and Daniel Zilver, that's also a snoozer. So we want to move past that one.
I ain't see that one
Yeah,
either. I
yeah,
was too
yeah. We
busy
can move
watching
past that one.
Move past that
I
one.
was
Okay, we're moving past that one.
Now
And
I'm ready
now
for this.
we're at Diego Lopez
don't mess with
defeated
these
Brian
guys.
Ortega by unanimous decision. They're
Man,
saying that Diego Lopez continues to march forward in the featherweight division. The streaking Brazilian scored the biggest win of his career in the middle of the Saturday's historic UFC 306.
yeah.
So, what do we feel about this fight between Lopez and Ortega?
I'm gonna give and I'll let you can go prime if you want, but I just want to say I'm gonna give this card like a C because all the main cards was decisions. If you scroll up, it's just decision, 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 decision.
I'm cool
I
with
don't even like
decisions
saying that.
if they really like if they like real fights though. Like I'm cool with a decision if
Mm,
both of them got speed knots on their heads and like somebody bleeding. And, like I'm
this
with that.
this card wasn't that though.
Right,
This
right, right.
card this card had about maybe two. Oh, Alexa Grasso and Shevchenko might have
Hold
been
on.
the best fight on this card. That's
I'm
the
a what's the
crazy
name
part,
though?
bro.
I'm gonna let you rock. I'm gonna let you rock out. All I got with this one because um I seen part of it, but Brian Ortega like I mean son, he fight like once every like 7 years, bro. Like
Hmm.
I every time I matter of fact it's crazy because I started looking for him because of the commercial that he be in. I forget, I think it's a Modelo. Modelo, I think it's the
Oh
beer. He in
yeah,
a commercial
yep,
now.
yep. He is in
Yeah,
that. He
right.
is in that. How the
So the
hell he get that
Modelo commercial.
sponsorship?
And
That's what
when
I
I
was
seen
thinking
him,
when I see that.
so I'm like, bro, I'm like, who is this dude? So like, I was like, son, for mad long looking for him to fight or whatever. Then he showed up one time. I think he won the fight or whatever. But then he like took another hiatus and was like 2, 3 years and came back. I think if I'm not mistaken, he lost his last fight. If I'm not mistaken, and then he be taking these hiatuses off, and then he came back here. When I seen his name on this card against Lopez, I said, bro, ain't no way Ortega winning this fight. It's like not even. There's no way. There's no
Yeah,
method
yep.
where I could feel like Ortega was about to win this fight.
He
And I was
messing up
like,
his record too.
huh?
He messing up his record with them
Man,
hiatuses
bro,
too.
right? Like, cause
He's
son,
16
you
and
can't.
4.
Right, you can't take that much time off and just be jumping in the fire with these new like these youngins is out here getting to it. Like you gotta
Scrapping.
be active. It ain't like I mean at one point UFC you probably fought what maybe once or twice a year. Like you gotta fight 3, 4 to stay on top of your
Hmm.
cause cause these young dudes they man this dude was out here fighting one weekend and coming back the next weekend now. They fighting on the contender and coming back on a Friday. Like they fighting on Wednesday and come back
For
on
real.
like they fighting again on Friday
That
on as
that.
a fight night as a replacement. Like you can't be taking time off like that. Like so when I seen him on the card, I low key was mad. I'm like, man, he about to get whooped, bro. Like I was like, man, this ain't about to be fair. And then when I seen what happened, I'm like, exactly.
Yeah, and I ain't gonna say Brian Ortega just rolled over, but it was the clear. This was a
It's
one-sided fight.
clear.
Honestly, it was a clear
I
one-sided
knew it
fight,
was
and
clear.
Diego Lopez didn't even try to take him to the ground, which is disrespectful because
I
the
like
fight would have
Lopez
been
too, though.
finished way sooner, man.
That is
If and
disrespectful because he know that he could have finished it. He just wanted to whoop him.
he wanted to stand with him. He dad
Yeah,
wanted to stand with him. I was like, why ain't he take him down yet? And I was like, oh, he just about to box.
yeah,
I was
man.
fine with it, considering the card wasn't that good. So
Right, right, right. Give me some type of action.
give me something. Give me something. But yeah,
Yeah,
Ortega,
nah.
I, I like Ortega's style, but like you said, he's messing up his record. We knew Diego Lopez was gonna make light work of him coming in. Bro's only lost 2 fights, I'm pretty sure. Let me see. Diego Lopez, excuse me, 6 fights. And that was like what, early in his career, I want to say. And we're talking like
Yeah.
three years ago, maybe. So these are all his streak. He's on a streak right now. And I don't know the number, but I know he's finished at least the last like, let me see real quick.
Okay, I was mistaken. My fault. Ortega won his the previous fight by submission, but still, it was trash.
Yeah, Diego Lopez finished his last 2 fights, and then a decision. But he's just a finisher. He literally finished all these fights in a minute 30. His last 2 fights, Lopez. That's how I know he was playing with Brian Ortega.
Yeah.
He said that's how he
Oh,
know he was playing.
nah, for real though, because man,
Nah,
Lopez
for real.
Lopez really kind of like that for real, for where he ranked at, and I didn't know this was actually supposed to be a fight that happened at 303, but it got canceled. But
Oh
yeah,
yeah, I did
like
see that.
uh Brian Ortega, his last fight was in 2022, and he lost by KO in the first
Damn.
round.
Mm.
Like, bro,
He
you
got be-
can't
I
like.
I think that one rattled him too. I ain't even gonna lie, because that's sometimes why people take hiatus. Like, remember when Volk came back and fought Islam? Bro,
He
take a break.
lost the vote in 2021.
Wow, that's crazy. I don't think I seen
Yeah,
that fight. I'm gonna go back and watch that now. 'Cause you can't miss. You can't
yeah.
catch every fight. Ain't no way.
You
I
can't.
definitely ain't see
Nah,
that one.
yeah. Yeah, he fought Volk in 2021 and lost it by decision.
Oh yeah, that was a hard fight for sure.
Definitely. You have any more on this Lopez and Ortega fight? Or are we good? Are we good to go to the
I'm good on it.
best
I
fight
ain't
of the
got
night?
nothing to
All
say then.
set.
Yeah, you valid.
All right.
Best fight of the night.
So we go into the moving to the best fight of the night. We have Valentina Shevchenko defeated Alexa Grasso. So RSJ, you said that this might have been the best fight of the night. What made you feel that this was the best fight of the night?
Wait. I'm gonna let Ari take over for this one too, because I know he got a lot to say. This was his favorite fight, and so I'm gonna just jump in real quick because like I said, like I was saying before we started the pod, this fight right here, when I seen it, I knew exactly what was about to happen. I felt like Valentina fell into the Amanda Nunes trap where she was getting bored. Nobody could beat her, so she was like, I think that last fight she was like she got caught off guard or some like. It's low key like she trained, but it wasn't a full training camp like she probably would. Like I don't want to say she didn't train hard, but it's like after a while you'd be like, bro, like nobody's beating me. Like so
Right?
you,
Who could stop me?
yeah, so
Besides
you
Amanda
go in.
Nunes. That's the only person she couldn't beat. Amanda Nunes.
Right. And but I'm saying also when Nunes lost to Shorty, I forgot.
Um Juliana
Penna.
Penna.
When she lost to Penna, I was like, oh nah. Like I was like, Nunes she's just getting bored. Like it was like she was already
Yeah,
talking
she
about
ain't
retire,
trained.
and they was already talking about Valentina, like who she gonna fight. So once you get to that level, like you gotta I'm I'm not saying you supposed to like always be 100% ready to go. It's kind of hard when you just beating everybody for real. Like it's like
Yeah.
I can low key go 80% and still whoop everybody in here. So like you might take that time off. So when Valentina lost that fight and they booked this one again, I was like, oh no, I was like this. I was like she has Alexa ain't got no chance for real. That's how I felt. I was like she about to lose, and I don't know who is going to choose. I literally thought this was the same thing as Nunes, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah. Yeah. I
But go
mean,
ahead.
this fight is the best fight of the night because it got the most history.
Yeah,
This is a trilogy fight. It's the first women's trilogy fight ever, like
yeah,
in the history of the UFC. So Alexa Grasso, I mean, she beat her twice. The first time convincingly by the submission. Second time, Shevchenko just slipped in the last 5 rounds. Shevchenko was up on all the cards in the second fight, and she dead slipped. I rewatched it like a couple of days before
yeah.
UFC 306, and she slipped, and then Grasso took her back, started beating her down. I don't know what got into her, son, because they was both dog tired, but Grasso just like
She knew it was
every
time.
yeah, she knew it was time for real, and that's how they gave her the fight. And I was like, yeah, you can't even be mad because
Yeah,
even in the second fight, it felt like Valentina wasn't Valentina. It was like, dude, you giving her too much grace. Like, oh, she
yeah.
getting up easy.
That's what I'm saying,
She kind
right?
of muscling you in the clinch. She kneeing her in her. I remember the second fight, she was kneeing the shit out of her in her stomach. Valentina. I was like, God damn, bitch. Like, but honestly. Valentina she came to the third fight prepared, bro. That
Yeah,
wrestling was on point. I seen some
yeah,
Daniel Cormier style double and single legs in there. I was like,
yeah.
oh, she really wrestling, and I couldn't even hate on that because it looked good. The wrestling was even for Marab. Like I'll give Marab that he took Sean O'Malley down like textbook, and it looked. I won't. I know we about to go on to that next,
Yeah,
but it just looked
yeah,
so clean. Like you can admire that wrestling.
yeah, yeah.
It was offensive too. Like it was just something that like you use to get to where you got to be on the octagon. Whereas like it wasn't just holding Grasso down. She was trying to beat the dog, out of her.
No, I'm about to say Valentina's trying to get you down there so she could kick your head in it, like she could punch your face through the
hmm
through the ring. Like that's what she's trying to do.
You know
So
them axe kicks. Not to cut you off,
Yeah.
EJ. You know them axe kicks? Like she did an axe kick because she was so frustrated that Grasso was on the ground in the second fight.
Oh,
Like
right,
when
right, right.
how they get on the ground, start fighting with their legs. Yo, I was like, yo,
Yeah,
if that axe kick hit her in her stomach, bro, the fight is over, son.
yeah, facts.
Like them heel kick.
did Shevchenko, did she win a title off this fight?
Yeah, she won
Yeah,
her belt back.
she won it back.
She
She
won
the
her belt back. Okay.
this only the second woman to go 2 times too.
Okay. She's
hmm
on
Because Amanda,
Yep.
she's on Tough, isn't she? She's on the Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah, she
Both of
did the
them are, aren't
season.
they?
she did a season. Oh, she
hmm
did.
Yeah.
That's
She
how
did
they
this
do it.
season, right?
No, that's how they do it. They when they do the Ultimate Fighter, they take the two. Whoever the two coaches, they they fight on the next pay-per-view after their season is
Ah,
done.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. All right. Well,
because that's why
getting
Connor
two.
and Chandler was supposed to fight, but they had the injuries and all this other stuff that was supposed to go on. But
Oh, okay. Yeah, Connor, man,
Bull, man.
he been getting hurt left and right, bro. We can't get a fight out of him. See, it's like when you make a certain amount of money, it's just like, why am I putting
right,
my
right.
body through this anymore? He
Yeah,
has to
for real.
have he has to have plus
I'm not doing it.
$100 million after tax money. He
Oh no,
has to.
yeah, no.
Think,
Yeah.
bro, think about
Because
Because
the
that.
sport
He
there.
sold his whiskey
his
investments.
proper
Oh, did
whiskey.
he?
Yeah, man,
He
that
sold
jump.
proper?
Yeah,
Couple
He,
hundred mil,
he
right?
he
I think he
has
said.
to, man. He has to, bro. Like the
but
sport
that's what
really
you're
didn't
supposed to
start
do.
taking off until he started getting all of
Yo,
that popularity. If you're being real,
But
it didn't really start
that's
taking
why
off.
Dana put him on the Mount Rushmore on his Mount Rushmore because of that.
Yeah, I think the popularity of the sport when he started winning and talking,
Yeah,
like he is what Muhammad Ali is to boxing is what
yeah,
Conor is to UFC, in my opinion.
yeah. No,
In
that's a
terms
good.
of in terms of
I agree. I
in
agree.
terms of magnitude, in terms of charisma, in terms of the charisma and then backing it up, like that he is on Muhammad Ali's level in that regard, not
Yeah,
like historical, but in terms
yeah,
of building the popularity of a sport that wasn't big and then blowing it up. I'm not gonna say single-handedly, but almost single-handedly.
yeah,
You
I
had
gotta
people
give
come.
Connor. Now go ahead,
yeah.
You
Ari.
Nah,
gotta
Bro.
that's
give Connor his credit because you got people that came after him, and you gotta give Ronda Rousey her credit,
Yes.
and you
well,
gotta
well.
give
That's what I mean.
Izzy two
Dana
people.
put her on the Mount Rushmore too.
hmm He
Her
put women.
her.
You can
Go
go. You
ahead.
go.
Go ahead, Ari.
I was just gonna say, Ronda Rousey, like she wasn't the most skilled woman, but at that time, like
But if it
overall,
wasn't, Dana said it, if it wasn't for her, it wouldn't have been no women's division.
yeah, she brought it back. She made people want to watch women's MMA.
She did, man. And for me, I just don't feel like her reign as like the top dog was as long as Connor's was. Like when she
Oh
went up
no.
against when she went up against Holly Holm, she was
That was more of a timing situation. Her timing puts her
Yep.
in that space.
yeah.
If she
So
come in the UFC now, bro, there's so many girls that would just dog walk
Oh
her.
yeah, they'll
Rose
dog walk. Well,
Namajunas,
she wouldn't
freaking
have made it to the
anybody.
UFC.
Like,
yeah, but she is a pioneer. I'm not gonna mitigate her
Oh, for sure.
her
No.
her
You gotta
accomplishments.
pay homage to the pioneers.
Yes, I
For sure.
definitely pay homage to
got
her. So
to,
shout out
got to.
Ronda
No matter
Rousey.
what they accomplished.
They be
Yep.
dragging Ronda Rousey in the
They
wrestling
do
circle,
though.
bro. They do not like her at all.
They don't like Conor either
Yeah,
though,
I
but
heard
they
they
be
don't
like
like her, bro. But they like
they
Logan
be
I
Paul.
thinking
forgot what it
Dana,
was it for. I forgot why they don't like her though.
but they be thinking Dana pushes Conor and Ronda like he kind of like made like almost like forced them on us, and it's like, nah, like at the time they was doing what
They
they were
say he
supposed to do.
handpicked their fights too, which
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I do believe in
For
it.
Ronda, yeah, you had to because she was
Yeah,
a
you
judo
had
chick.
to. And so you had to give her people with not much experience
Yeah.
in terms of
And
everything,
wrestlers.
boxing, stand wrestlers. Like, of course, you get a rest, you're gonna grab a hold of them, she gonna throw her. You're
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah, nah, you had to do that with Ronda, but I don't think the handpicking of Connor, I don't believe that.
Yeah, because they put Connor up against wrestlers. I actually don't believe that for
Yeah.
Connor. I do believe they did it for Ronda. And
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
a little bit, I think they kind of did it for O'Malley to a certain point up until he fought Peter Yan.
Oh, Sugar, yeah. I
And
mean,
that's
they had it because I mean, he was almost the way that the way he speaks and the things that he do, his charisma and all that. It
it's through
was
the roof. Yep.
Connor-ish. So you had to kind of like you run with that wave for a minute to see how it goes.
That's good
Yeah.
marketing as a brand too.
Yeah,
And
yeah. That's why when people hate on those people or they like have a problem with them, I'll be like, do y'all really understand like why? Like I could get okay, you might not like them, but it's
mhm.
like like you said, there's marketing behind this. Like Dana could push them all they want. If he losing a fight, there ain't nothing he could do about that. He still got to win the fight.
Yep, yep. It's not some secret UFC like black, a book
Right,
that's like they gotta win this fight. Yo, Herb Dean, stop it early. Herb,
right,
stop it
right,
early.
right.
I do, but I'm like 50, I'm like 75-25. I can't lie. I'm saying that, but I'm also like the rush control so much. What if Dana just go by real quick, like, yo,
Not
TKO,
see that the
early
only
stop.
thing
If
the only reason why I don't believe that is because of Dana's personality. I don't think he like that type shit. Like
yep, yep.
he be wanting that, like he want the best person to come. Like that's why he's setting them. That's why he's a part of the matchmaking and all that. Like he wants
Mm,
those fights because he understands that the better fights, no matter who win or lose, we making money off of that.
that's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah, Dana personality don't even give me stop this fight. Like he get matter of fact, if you watch some of the post fights where they have those controversial stops, he gets mad.
Hmm.
He actually speaks on. He's one of the only people that I know who speaks on his own refereeing. Like if he doesn't agree with the
That's
refereeing,
crazy. That's true.
he would sit there and say, "I didn't like that stoppage. They should have let that go. Like they should have continued this. They should have stopped it here." Like he actually critiques his referees like in real time.
Who's the not the I would respect Adam Silver if he did that more because he's done it
Yeah,
like once, I think, or like twice, maybe, if that. What's the NFL's commissioner? Bro,
Gordon.
the
Roger
NFL be
Goodell.
doing some. Yes, Roger Goodell. Thank you. And I know his name. I just always forget it. Bro, they need to. I'm sorry, the ref in the NFL sometimes the calls at the last 3 seconds of a game. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Pass interference on some of the most minuscule touches. Like,
I mean, when you look at, I know what play you're talking about. You're talking about the Chiefs game, that pass interference. It's just like, yeah, in that moment
I
you
mean, they
can
did give
let
him a
it
penalty before
go.
that though too.
Yeah,
thank
man.
you.
But
I
the
watched the
dude
whole, I
was.
bet on the Chiefs, and even I was
Oh,
like,
you do?
bro, I was like, what the hell? Even I won the game, I won the bet, and then even I'm like, bro, come on now, we look at this bullshit. And I switched my bet from the Bengals because I knew what they was about to do. And my dad even said it, yo. My dad even said it. He's like, watch what happened. Telling you,
Nah, but the
but
Bengals, excuse me, usually play the Chiefs tough though. So I
They
mean,
do all the
I wouldn't
time.
be mad
that's a
at you
good
either way.
rivalry.
That's a great
All the time.
rivalry, especially if Burrow get healthy, and then they get T Higgins back. They gotta give Jamar Chase his money. You know what I mean? But yeah, I love the Chiefs and Bengals rivalry because it always goes down to the wire. So yeah, man, looking forward to that. The only next time we're gonna get that is maybe in the AFC Championship game or in the playoffs. So we
Shouts
gotta
out to the
look forward to it.
shouts out to the owners who speak out on their reference.
Nah, fact for real though. They're real talk though.
If we're doing shout outs, shout out to my baby Shark, since we're on this pod talking about
Oh,
Russ.
hold on.
Yeah, that's my baby. I know she with my boy Callum Walsh, and I don't even want to disrespect bro because he seemed like a very cool guy. But I love me some baby Shark, and I just want to say shout out to her. That's all.
Hey yo, bro. Where that even come
Yeah, it's
from?
crazy.
Because we talk about fighters. I already do a shout out, so I was gonna shout out my boo baby Shark. What you mean?
He shouting
Gotta
out his
shout her
boo. He
out.
shouting out boo.
Right.
I guess
But
so, yes.
I already mentioned it before, and we're on to our last fight. Sean O'Malley, one of my least favorite fighters,
Crazy,
fought.
crazy, you crazy.
It is
That's
crazy.
tough.
Sean O'Malley fought. What is this guy's name? Mirab
Mirab.
Dishabali. That's how you say it.
You don't even say the V. Well, you do, but it's like after the V. It's Dashvali. That's how they say it.
Dashvali. Okay, Dashvali. So Mirab Dashvali defeated
Out.
Sean O'Malley by unanimous decision. So Irish J, what did you think about this fight in its totality?
I said it on my TikTok channel, man. Go follow me, J Do That 95. Shameless plug. I talk about MMA on there. I'm biased. I was an O'Malley fan. I was an O'Malley fanboy. Pause. And he let me down. He let me down. Bro let me down. He did not let his hands go, not one bit in this fight. I was just looking at the fight and the significant strikes. Bro, in 1 or 2 rounds, he punched 6 times. That's crazy. I'm sorry. That's not even like the Sean O'Malley I've seen where he ran it up on Cheeto's face the last fight, like on some like 300-400 strikes type. Like you know what I'm saying? So it doesn't make sense to me at this fight. I get it. The threat of the takedown can really change how you fight, but there's no way. There was times when he was getting his leg grabbed, he ain't punch. You know, I've seen strikers punch while they hopping. Nothing. I was like, what's going on with him?
Not to
And then
cut you off, he said he had to get surgery on the hip. So it might have been something lingering or something prior.
I do think I heard a little bit about that, but just don't fight then. Just cancel the fight, bro. You can't fight at Mexican
Nah,
Independence.
you can't cancel no check, boy. Yeah, nah, this was a big one.
Yeah,
you
yeah, that
you
was a
walk in
big
this
one,
one with,
man.
with, with no foot, no toes, no nut like you. if you ain't
That's
if
a
you ain't
fact.
got no
That
fingers, you
back
go
probably
in with
crazy
nubs,
too.
bro. You fighting this one.
That's a whole fact. And I guess that's what O'Malley did. His hip, because a hip injury,
Yeah, that's tough,
anybody,
bro.
we all been athletes. Hip
Yeah,
injuries are crazy, dude.
yeah, that's
You could
OD.
Brutal, brutal.
you could hurt your hip from just walking wrong. You step wrong. You don't
Right,
got to
nah,
take much to hurt a hip. And then you like, damn, I'm out for like 2 3 weeks. Like your hip take a long time to heal too. It's
yeah,
one
for
of the
sure,
like weirdest like pains I feel like too, because you need your hip to do more than you think. You need your hip to get around everywhere.
for sure.
It is the single most important mechanism in your entire body.
Yeah, hip.
If you can get your hips right and get your hip mobile and strong, it's the foundation for every single from the top to the bottom. Your
Mm,
hips are very
I
important.
know
So
that.
I just wanted to put that in there though.
Yeah, yeah. Good thinking. I learn something
I
new every
trained
day.
with EJ before too, so I know he incorporate them hip workouts with the bands and shit.
I do be trying to get my
Bruh,
hip mobility up, though. I do.
bruh, every day I do hip mobility every single day. And I didn't, like I said, I didn't realize how much it actually is important to you just in your overall movement. And so yeah, I hit the bands every day, try to get my do the hip openers every day, getting my hips open, doing the thing where you put your legs, you sit down and you put your legs over the cones and stuff like that to
Yeah, I
strengthen
do that
your
all the time too.
yeah,
hmm
do your hip
Mm-hmm.
flexors. Like I do that
Mm-hmm.
too. But yeah, man, if your hips are bothering you, you might as
Yeah,
well
hang
call
it
it
up.
call it a dub, bro. For real,
Right.
for real. What
We
just
know
talk Ari, talk to me about the other guy that was in this fight. What Dashvali. What about
Dash
him? Like what did he do?
he just smothered Sean O'Malley, man. He
I was about to
smothered
say
him.
I'm gonna let you go on that one because I'm gonna get pissed.
Yeah, yeah, bro. It was just I'm not a fan of wrestling. I still respect what Marab did, but it was just a one-sided fight. It was he made Sean look like an amateur in there. It was like that wasn't the
Mm,
same Sean. Like I said, it wasn't the same Sean O'Malley we've ever seen.
Yeah.
And what he did to Henry Cejudo, an Olympic gold medalist, I knew going into this fight, if I bet on this fight, which I didn't, thank God, I would have bet on Marab Dashbali. I'll say that if I had money on it, because I was betting with my fan, or excuse me, picking with my fandom of Sean O'Malley. But everybody know if you bias, you should never bet on
Oh
something like
yeah,
that. That's why I didn't even do that. And
yeah,
so
man.
honestly, if you take away the bias analytically, Marab is better than Sean in terms of just wrestling and striking because he has both. And he has submissions under his notch. Sean submitted somebody like early in his career, but it's like everybody does that early in their MMA career. It's about them deep ones where you be like, oh shit, they submitted such and such, number 3, number 7, you know.
Yeah,
But yeah, Marab, he made Sean look clean like an amateur, like he never wrestled before. And I think who can wrestle with a bad hip? That's
that's
when
what I'm
like
saying.
I,
Even
I
them
was
single legs, when you
mm-hmm.
got a single leg and you up like that, bro, you can't.
Ooh,
You
your
ain't nothing you
hip
gonna be able to
just
do.
yeah, he popping your hip out of place.
Word.
But now on Sean's podcast, him and his coach have a podcast. It's called the Timbo Sugar Show. Damn, I'm giving mad people free airtime. But he was talking about he was talking about how you he felt less strong than Marab. Marab was way stronger than him. He said I just didn't feel like I had the strength to like go with him. Basically, he kept it real. He was like
Yeah,
he just overpowered me. And I was like, damn, coming from Sean O'Malley, he's always cocky like
yeah,
that. I was
fact.
like, that's a real humbling type, take
Word
even
though.
from him. He was like, he was just better than me. I was like, damn. You could
See, the
tell he
only
said that junk genuinely too, because he would never say some junk like that. I mean, what can you say when you lose? But some people, you just don't feel like they think they lost still, or like they think they gave their best performance. Like he gave his worst performance in his career.
I ain't gonna lie, I got type hype when he front kicked him in his ab, and I
Yep.
I was like, yo, I was like, hold on, sugar, come on.
I know, 5th round. I was like, bro, you could finish him. You could
Yo,
finish him. And he
I ain't gonna
kind of
hold you.
knew.
I was type hype. I was like, oh, hold up.
I know. I hate when stuff like that happen at
Me
the fifth
too, because
round.
every time something like that happened, it'd be like 32 seconds left in the fight. It'd be like, man, come on.
hmm So pretty much, Ernest, the whole fight was Marab taking him down until like the 5th round. Then Sean kind of started teeing off a little bit. He started getting into, his mode. And then he hit him with like 2 teep kicks, and you could see, them teep kicks be hurting people's abs or something in their stomach, their spleen, whatever. And Marab kind of, held his stomach real quick because they tell you not to react to shots like
Yeah,
that.
he
And
couldn't
he
help it
did.
though.
Yeah, he couldn't help it though. And then everybody started cheering. And the crowd started cheering. They're like, "Go, go!" You hear people like, "Go!" And you can hear his coach like, and he just couldn't finish him
I
though.
thought he was about
But
to
you
get
could,
a Leon Edwards in this joint.
bro, I was about to be like, yes, yes, but it didn't happen, man. Marab is the bantamweight champ.
See, the only thing I don't like with Marat, like the way Marat was using his wrestling, it's kind of like not well, it's not kind of like I knew what Khabib was going to do. Khabib not trying to. He wasn't. That was different. And I ain't like him. I don't like that style because it's like I low key. I don't feel like you scared of the people, but it's like I feel like you those when Marab started doing the takedowns and everything. It was like I kind of felt like it was when
He was getting hurt.
he was getting hurt and Sugar was gaining momentum. Now, don't get me wrong, that's exactly what he's supposed to do.
Hmm
He did exactly what he was supposed to do. But it's still like when he was taking them down, he was just doing the Khabib, um, wrapping up the legs with the leg lock. He was and just like laying there, and it's like, bro, like, come on, man. Nobody want to see you just be
Do
laying
something.
on this.
Finish him.
Even Herb Dean was like, you gotta work. You gotta work. And it's like, yes,
Yeah,
man.
people in the comments was mad at him for that. They was like, "Why is Herb telling him to work? He's working. He's
Joe
wrestling him."
Rogan
I was
and them
like,
was
"Bro,
mad. Joe Rogan and Cormier, they was mad. And I'm like, no, man, this junk is boring.
that
like,
junk is
bro.
boring, bro.
And
That junk
don't
is
get me
boring,
wrong.
bro."
I'm I do enjoy UFC. It's kind of like boxing at its purest. Like I like, granted, so a lot of us don't like the way that Mayweather was fighting towards the end of his career, but I mean he was boxing. So, you kind of like you take it for what it is. So I'm not saying that Marab need to come out and try to show us that he can strike. It's just like you kind of say, like like you've been saying in the pod, like it's got to be more offensive. Like I don't want to see you just laying on somebody to get them tired, and then it's like he did it, to O'Malley, got him tired, and then he just like didn't do nothing with it. It was just like, all right, now I'm gonna take you down again. And
Yep.
I was like, bro, come on. Like, and I keep using Khabib because Khabib was notorious for like we know that this was no striking happening like past the first round. So
Pretty
Khabib
much.
was he, Khabib would take you down, but he was mauling you though. Like he was dropping elbows, he was talking to you, he was telling you to give up. He was
In
like
Russian too. You didn't even
yeah,
know what he was
like
saying, but you knew it wasn't
like
good. You was like,
he was
oh
making a
nah.
mockery of you. And it was like it got to the point. I think me not liking Khabib's style was more so because I felt like nobody could stop that junk. And I'm like, bro, somebody got to be able to figure this junk out. And I'm low key mad he did the retirement, but I understand, I respect his, why he did it. But like I'm like, somebody got to figure this out. And it was I got caught up in one of them situations where like the person who win all the time, you start hating them. I ain't
Mm-hmm.
hate Khabib, but it was just like it got to be somebody out here who could stop this. I just want to
I
see one
did.
person.
I did too. I got to that point. You know who fought him the best, actually? People say it is Conor McGregor.
No, for sure. No, for real though,
It is
because
crazy.
if he didn't gas, it was I think third round. Third round, he caught him. He was they was striking and um matter of fact, no, he first round was Khabib. Second round, Connor started getting into his bag or whatever, and then like late that second round, Khabib got him down again, and then like he was gassing out that in that third or whatever a little bit, but he really did like he was stopping some of the takedowns, and I was like, oh yeah, nah. I was like, and I'm a McGregor fan, so I'm really like, oh yeah, we about to get him
Yeah,
up out of
yeah.
here. And I was hoping for the man. I was just hoping so bad that they was gonna have a rematch because I always think that Connor. I always think when Connor get the second chance, he always do what he's supposed to do.
Yeah, yeah, he has that mindset.
Even when he was boxing Mayweather, to this day I still say like if they was to fight again, it would have been a little bit different.
Yeah, yeah. He just needed that time. He needed more stamina because
Yeah,
that's what it was. He went into boxing thinking it was, UFC,
yeah,
when
yeah.
in reality, that's a whole nother ballpark. What is it? How long is a boxing match? The
A
UFC is
boxing match
25
is
minutes.
60 minutes.
Yeah, yeah, it's a totally different game. And they're punching for 60 minutes. That's one thing about boxing. If you ever go box, bro, I ran cross country. Punching used to make me
No, I'm
more
tripping. My
tired than
fault.
running.
36 minutes, not 60. 36. So it's
36
double the
minutes, yeah,
time in
because
the UFC.
I ain't gonna lie. That's still crazy though. That's
I don't know where
the
I got
stamina
60.
you
That's
need
crazy.
to punch for that long is ungodly. That's why
Nah,
people
that's
don't really think
for
about
sure.
boxers like what they really do and we do. But the average person, they're like, beat Tank ass. No, you
Yeah, all
won't.
right.
No, you won't.
By the time you get to the fourth round, then you ain't gonna be able to walk if you
He'll get a
make it there.
regular person out in the first round because they wouldn't even be able to withstand those punches.
I only say that because I those if that match if Tank was to fight a regular person, he wouldn't even do nothing in the first fight, the first 2 rounds. He'll be playing
Right,
around.
right. Dance around you.
Yeah, he'll just be doing all kinds of random junk, and then like third round, you knock your head off your shoulders.
So you guys get expert analysis from the two guys who love fighting, boxing, and
Hey man,
UFC.
that Canelo card was good too, man. I'm trying to tell you,
I'm mad I missed that.
bro, I'm mad that I didn't know Rolly was fighting on. Yo, that card was crazy. It was Rolly Garcia. No, Rolly. Wow, I can't remember the Aussie dude name. I forgot. I can't think off the top of my head, but it was four real good fighters. Matter of fact, while we doing this, yeah, but that Canelo card was really that. I never really liked I never really liked what's that boy name? Danny Garcia for real. And he just keeps showing me why I don't. Like,
He was talking so spicy on It
bro,
Is What It Is, man. He went
bro.
in there. He went in there, got his ass whooped.
Man, he got whooped. So every time I watch Danny for the last three fights, I think it was, man, he gets spanked left and right every
Mm.
time.
And they gave him a Canelo fight too.
They
Boxing's so
gave him
weird.
the Canelo card. Caleb Plant. That's who it was. Plant. I like Plant. Plant. He do his little thing too. But I ain't know Rolly. Rolly was on the first one. Then Plant. So Rolly, Plant, Garcia, and Canelo. That's a tough little card. Yeah,
Yeah,
on
that is a
paper.
nice card. I
Yeah.
don't even watch boxing like that, and I know Rolly Ramirez. I know Canelo obviously,
Yeah.
and they heard of those two names, so it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Nah,
gonna
that
be a
card.
decent card.
Yeah, that
Is
card was.
Rolly Ramirez the one that fought Tank and the one that was calling him a midget, a dwarf? That Rolly Ramirez?
Rolly.
He fought Tank. He was talking crazy.
No, I think.
Tank.
Oh no, I was about to say that was Pitbull, but Pitbull is smaller than Tank. They might
It was
have
some young boy.
It might have been Rolly. No. I think they want Rolly to fight Tank, and that's probably why he called him a midget.
No.
See, boxing don't be making the fights you want to see right away,
That's a
whereas the
fact, though.
UFC, they're gonna be like, you not hiding. You got 4 to 5 months, maybe
That's a whole
6,
fact, and
and you
if
about to get out there.
that's a whole fact, because like the think about it though, I said these names right. I said Rolly, Caleb Plant, Danny Garcia, Canelo. Like that's a one sided. Like the people they fighting, if you ain't in the boxing, you don't know these people, bro. Like
Mm-hmm.
Trevor McCumbee, you ain't never heard of no
Yeah,
Trevor McCumbee.
right.
Like man, Manuel Yamez, like bro, like I Arislande Lara, that dude that beat Danny Garcia, like even the Berlanga that Canelo was fighting. It's like, bro, don't nobody know y'all.
I don't get why they make those cards, but them junks be selling. They be selling out
Well, because in
somehow.
boxing, you really only need the one name.
Yeah, you really do. UFC is
Yeah.
like, we need something. We need a storyline in UFC. We
Yeah.
need something to go
And
off
that's one
of.
of the things that the UFC is great at, creating the storylines like the NFL creates storylines. And that's really where
Hmm.
you separate yourself from a marketing perspective. Is like, so I'm gonna use the NFL as an example. Like every team has some type of story around it. Every single team in the NFL has a story around it, right? So we'll take Cleveland, right? Cleveland has a story with Deshaun Watson, all that stuff. They traded for Jerry Jeudy. Like there's
Mm-hmm.
always a story. Nick Chubb got hurt. Like there's always a story around the lowest team.
Right.
Because take right now, for instance, the talk of the NFL right now is the Carolina Panthers, and they suck because they bench Bryce Young.
Bryce
You know what I'm
Young.
saying? Like
Yep.
the NFL is so good at creating storylines for every single team, from the best to the worst team. And so I do believe that the UFC is very good at doing that. They're good at marketing their individual fighters. Like the individual marketing for all the fighters is great. So, for example, I follow Baby Shark on Instagram, and like her team does, her team does a great job of marketing her and getting her brands and stuff like that. To work with, and then they show all of their trainings and their camps and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
I follow Kayla Harrison too.
I
You
was
get an
about to talk about
opportunity.
Caleb.
Oh, what were you gonna say? I'm sorry. What were you gonna say?
No, at the end, because UFC 307 is a good card. I was about to like that.
Oh yeah, well, that was a perfect segue into talking
I
about.
saw she got booked on her Instagram today.
Yeah,
She
she
posted
on
that.
307. She and two matter of fact is one fight night, then 307. So in 2 weeks, she fighting Vieira, which she gonna beat her too. But
oh yeah, Pereira versus Khalil Roundtree. That is a good little card.
That card good as hell too.
They got Aljo on there. Yeah, that
with
is a good look.
Aljo fighting Pennington and Pino. That's gonna be a good one.
Kevin Holland fighting. Oh, okay.
Oh, my boy, my favorite fighter, Kevin Holland.
Yeah,
Kevin he's 26 and 11, bro. He gotta stop fighting like that, bro. He can't
wrestle, dog. He can't wrestle.
I won't say he can't. It's just he needs the power to wrestle. He focused so much on striking. Like wrestling strength is different than striker strength. That's what it is. The reason no one could stop.
Though, them records don't even be meaning enough, man. Look at Cowboy record. Cowboy record is like 105 to 98.
Yeah, it's some crazy shit.
But
Kevin Holland done fought the best of the best though. He done fought Cosmo.
Yeah, when he lost the Wonder Boy, I was kind of like,
that was a good fight though.
That was a great fight. But he lost.
And they got a commercial together now.
Yeah,
They had a
Great marketing,
commercial
right?
for.
That was a great marketing tool by the UFC.
I
I'm
say
all into
UFC.
that though.
I said UFC. UFC is like the unscripted version of WWE.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah,
agree with that.
it's
Shoot,
definitely the
WWE
unscripted
coming
version.
back.
Nah, that's
They
a
got
fact.
my dad watching WWE
I mean, I
again.
still watch it, but
Oh, you do?
I watch the
yeah,
clips here and there, bro. I love
I
Rhea
still be
Ripley.
watching, it,
Shouts
especially
out
the pay
Rhea
per view.
Ripley,
I watch
man.
the pay per view more
Rhea
than
Ripley.
anything because I ain't got time to be watching all Monday night, Friday night, Tuesday night, and all that. I ain't got all that. But the pay per views for sure. And I mean, the storylines don't change; they just change the characters. So
Yeah,
it
right,
ain't too hard to
exactly.
get
Mm-hmm.
in.
But RJ, to your point, Rhea Ripley is very creepy, but she's sexy at the same time,
Oh my
man.
God, bro. Like,
she
please,
she
just
Man,
creepy, she
I just want a
creepy,
hey,
but
hug from
she's
her.
sexy at
hey,
the
EJ on
same
Rhea
time,
Ripley
bro.
now too. Dang,
Nah, I'm
man.
Man.
not on her. I'm a Charlotte Flair guy. I like Charlotte.
Oh yeah,
Charlotte,
yeah.
I mean, she the
Charlotte is
best
Yeah,
female
yeah.
wrestler ever, though.
yeah, I love Charlotte.
Charlotte,
Charlotte is my
Charlotte,
boo.
Charlotte, Charlotte is she the best female
Man.
wrestler ever.
Yeah, and I
She
was
Stephanie
crushing
actually
on
been
another one. I
Charlotte
forgot who else I
Charlotte
was crushing
wrestles
on.
who?
like a guy. Like, and I say that in a way of if you ever watch women wrestling, they look more choreographed than like guys. Charlotte when Charlotte wrestles, she wrestles like she looks like one of the guys. Like she looks like she sells everything really well. I like watching
Just like her
Charlotte.
dad.
Yeah, like I like watching Charlotte wrestle. Charlotte wrestle. It make you feel like you actually watching something. Like she don't do all the she don't do a lot of the little antics like women wrestlers. They talk more. They do all kinds of like talking to the crowd more. Like they be like, bro, stop. You know, you do all this. Even they punches, like they don't even sell their punches as well. But Charlotte, she really I like watching her wrestle. She
It
knows.
is it just be a little more, what is it, showmanshipy. That's what the
Yeah,
word is. They show a little
yeah,
more showmanship instead of
yeah.
the wrestling aspect.
Yeah, and she's more technical. So like I said, the selling and the selling of the moves and the selling of all the and her charisma like is more like I don't like to say it's more like the men, but it really is. It's like when you watch the men, they when they do the high flying and they take their bumps and everything like that, like you actually kind of feel like it might have been real sometimes. And
Hmm.
Charlotte actually portrays that. Like some of her stuff, like a lot of her stuff, you'd be like, dang, she might have really hit her for real. But a lot of the women, especially, I don't, but I also feel like that when it comes to um, when it like say the WNBA, like the WNBA and the NBA looks different because of the athleticism, right? So like the women's game looks different than the men's game, even though we play in the same game. And
Hmm.
not just because and it's not like the obvious, like, oh yeah, because men dunk and like no, just the way that it looks. Like the way we run look different than the way women run. The way that they shoot look different than the way men shoot. Like it just looks like um it looks different. And some of the but you get women like Maya Moore, you get women like um shoot Asia Wilson. Like you get women like shoot Caitlyn. They hoop like guys. Like even from Rochester, Shanice Johnson, like Momo hoop like us. When you see her on the court, it don't look low key robotic. A lot of women look robotic when they move. It looks like
Hmm.
they're being really precise, and it's like you don't have to like even when I'm training, like when the girls like I gotta kind of teach them how to be like fluid because it's so like rigid and strict. Like so
Real raw.
yeah, like so when I say that about like Charlotte Flair or like the WNBA, it's really just like because it's like we just move different. So when I don't be when people like oh like because you know how the people get when you start comparing women to men and they go oh no like no I actually like women's basketball in its purity more than men. Like I would rather watch a women's game because they have to play it the right way. So it's not even me
Mm.
against women basketball. It's just like it just looks different. So uh when you find a woman who can hoop like a guy, it's like there's just a different look. It's not that they doing anything different. They just look different. So that's what I feel like with Charlotte Flair.
Juju hoop like that too.
He brought that back
Oh,
around
trust
full
me,
circle.
we already know that, bro.
Yeah,
I
Juju
ain't
hoop
got
like that.
listen,
Juju
I
hoop
had a
like a
whole
nigga from LA Fitness.
listen.
Yeah.
In a good way
We
though. In a
we
good
ain't
way
gotta
though.
say nothing about Juju. You know what Juju do? Juju do what Juju do. You feel me?
I'm
That's kind.
interested to see what she does this year. Honestly,
She gonna do what? Then I just tell you, she can do what Juju do. That's what Juju gonna do.
shoot a lot of shots.
That's cool. As long as we win.
Play some
All
defense. She need
right.
to work on her defense, but other than that, she'll be all
Listen,
right.
man, she got a little help this year though. She got some help this year. They got the number
Yeah,
one.
they got the
recruiting
number one recruit in this class,
Yeah.
don't they?
The number
Yeah,
one recruiting class. Period.
Oh, they do. Okay. Yeah, USC is a great program. They pay out the dollars, the NIL dollars. They do. That's how they got. They set this whole thing off with the whole transfer portal thing with Jordan Addison, and they pilfered him from Pitt and gave him a $2 million house in that Hummer. That's all true.
Jordan Addison went to USC.
He went to Pitt first.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
And remember, he played with Kenny Pickett and had that big year where he won the Biletnikoff Award.
Yeah.
Then he got into the portal because USC enticed him with that money. And he went to USC. Yeah. Everybody don't remember that, but yeah. I was trying to sign Jordan Addison at one point. That's because one of my athletes was going to Pitt. And so we was like, yo, do we got an agent? And he was like, nah. So and then he was like, yo, I'm going to talk to him for you. Then the next thing I know, I see on SportsCenter that he done transferred to USC. So clearly he didn't need me. That's when this whole that's when like NIL was like first fresh.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Where Zay Flowers had just got the car, and then after Zay Flowers, it was Addison with the transporter, so it was still all fresh. So yeah, we done talked. we done talked about everything. We done went from UFC, turkey, man. Right, to football, to basketball, to women's basketball, to wrestling. The boxing, we done covered it all.
Men of many faces, man.
Right. So before y'all go, man, if anyone decided to watch our long form content, they need to know where they can interact with you. So Irish J, you let them know, people know where they can interact with you. And then Prime, you let the people know where they can interact with you.
For sure.
You can find me on Instagram, REJ4_4_4. TikTok, JDoThat95. And that's it. And promoting the Twitter, man. Yeah, see me on that.
Nah, you know it's prime. It's prime everywhere. It's just got a little bit extra stuff added to it. So on Twitter we Prime22. IG we JH Prime22. I think it is. If you put JH Prime, you'll find it. And then yeah, I don't do the TikTok and all that yet. Well, I'm on there, but I ain't on there enough.
Right. And you can find me at eDaniels77 on Twitter. I'm about to hit 5,000 followers, organic followers. Hey, so go follow me on there. You could also follow me on IG. I'm trying to get my following up on that. So that's also
I need to get my Twitter following up.
Yeah, man. Just you gotta hit them follow trains, man. That's what I was doing early when I first got on Twitter. Hit them follow trains, and then people just start following you and stuff like that. So
the follow
that's
train,
where you can find me.
Talking about, man?
Yeah.
I mean, stop your plugs either.
You good. You good. This is a plug for you and Prime because y'all was talking about the fighting. You know what I'm saying? And again, like I told y'all before, like I don't want it to be shows where it's just me talking the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what the football show was. It was just me talking because that's what I do. Like that's my life. Football is my life. You know what I'm saying? But it's great
to talk that much on that one for real.
I did like out of the viral
I thought everybody talked. I used to watch a couple.
Yeah, man. So I don't want that. I want it to be I want it to be a situation where everybody got they lane and everybody can talk and everybody know who everyone is on our pods. You know what I'm saying? So this was a great pod because y'all was I
was gonna say, you know what it is? It's because you probably think you're talking so much, but when other people see the content, like that's not even my first thought. I'm like, oh, this shit dope though. Ernest talking about football with the boy with the fellas. That's all I'm thinking.
Though. You said what?
I think in your head you're probably thinking like, oh, I'm talking too much. But like when other people see that content that really fuck with you, they just like, oh shoot, it's dope. Ernest talking about football. I know Ernest for talking about football. Now he's doing it, online with some people. Like, that's what I be thinking. Like when I saw y'all doing the pod.
Because to be
Yeah.
honest with you, man, when you start talking about stuff for real, like they just be want to hear the information or your opinion or your take. Like they don't be
Yeah.
caring who said it and junk. Like
Right, but everybody, I still want everybody to get some shine. You
no,
know what
I
I'm saying?
get.
Not
That's a
just
fact.
me.
That's
Well,
a
then
fact. We
get
know
our
what you
clips
mean. We know
right.
what you mean.
We the got some
Yeah, I
shine.
got you. I got you. I'm a literally. Matter of fact, I'm a hit the
Nah,
pause button, and I'm gonna get our clips out like while we still on doing this thing, just so we can get them out. So if I'm gonna get the clips out quick, I need you to post them on Facebook because you have a massive following on Facebook.
I'm with you on that, but I was talking about the way that you set up the clips to get chopped up on the football. You did that on purpose. You just wanted everybody to hear your opinions.
Bro, I put clips. I put clips in there of you. I was about to say. I put a clip in there of you. This is what it is, man. This is what it
See
is.
how
So
he moving? Nah.
I don't move like that. But we appreciate everyone for watching our long form content. If you stayed this long to watch it, again, please share our stuff and please like and subscribe so we can get our subscribers up so we can eventually monetize our YouTube channel. That's our goal. We want to talk about the sports that we love and also make money. Just to be honest with you, that's what I'm out here for. I don't just podcast this for my health. So do that for us.
Facts.
Please
You
continue to
get with
support us
that.
and right. You know what I'm saying? It's a very, very simple what we're trying to do here. There is no sugarcoating, no surreptitious nature here. We trying to make money. You know what I'm saying? So again, like and
Giving it
subscribe
to
our
you right
content.
here on the platter.
All right. Until next time, everyone. We'll see you again.